Hello, one and all. This is Dr. Ghanesham Chauhan. Welcome back in my YouTube studio. In today's presentation, we will come across with DNA, genes, chromosomes, etc. In that, we will discuss what is DNA. DNA is nothing but the deoxyribose nucleic acid. These are the genetic material of our body. So, without DNA, we cannot survive. It is the symbol of our identification. These are nothing but the fingerprint of our body. Each of our body part contains the DNA, this genetic information. Genetic code, it is nothing but the sequence. It is sequence of the genetic material which having in our DNA. DNA is the double standard. It is a nucleic acid, and the human genome contains the 43 chromosomes. Out of them, the 22 are autosomes, and one is 6 determined chromosome. Now, this is the scientist Friedrich Miescher. In 1869, he isolated the substance which is called nuclein from the nuclei of pus cells. So for the first time we come to know that this is the genetic material, this is the DNA. Nuclein was shown to have acidic properties, hence it became called nucleic acid. So in this fashion the discovery of nucleic acid has been occurred. Firstly, it has been found or identified from the pus cells, and it is called as a nuclein. The name of scientist is Friedrich Miescher. Now, discovery of life. All biological systems are composed of the same types of molecules. Means in all the types of animals, birds, in the human being, vertebrates, non-vertebrates, so they are having the genetic material, they are having the genes, they are having the DNA, and each type of animal is having their specific group of DNA, and in two equal genotypes, in two equal animals, they may have the genetic similarities. Similar organization principles are used at the cellular level. The cell, basic component of life. Two main categories are there: prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. The differences are only in nucleus. What are the difference? Prokaryotics, no defined nucleus is there, and a simplified internal structure is there. In eukaryotics, membrane limited nucleus is there, means membrane bound nucleus is there, and the complicated internal structures are there, and also there is the distinct nuclei is available, and the cell wall of nucleus is distinct. Three branches of life is there. Genetic material is located in the nucleus. The genetic information, now genetic material is located in the nucleus in the form of RNA, DNA. The genetic information is stored in the deoxyribonucleic acid, it's called DNA, which is a double standard molecule. DNA contains the information needed to build an individual. Now each and every person is having DNA. Even if you will take a part of hair or nails or part of skin, any part, each and every part contains DNA. That's why we can preserve this DNA. Nowadays lots of discoveries has been done on the various animals and their fossils, even on the dinosaurs or the mega persons, mega humans. So their fossils also has been identified from the Iceland, and the research has been done how to develop them. Why it is possible? It is possible only due to the DNA structure that we are identified, and the specific information which carries through this DNA sequence that is identical. What is DNA needed for? Genetic information is transferred from DNA and converted to protein. RNA molecules works as a messenger. For example, RNA is of three types. One is messenger RNA, it is called mRNA. One is ribosomal RNA, which occurs in ribosomes, it is called rRNA. And the transfer RNA, which occurs at the amino acids, this is called transfer RNA. Amino acid. Now the proteins are the biological workers. Now here the replication of this DNA occurs, means the one original DNA strand is able to replicate and to produce the two identical daughter cells DNA. This process is called as replication. For replication, RNA polymerase enzyme is responsible. Now after this, the transcription occurs. After this transcription, the translation occurs. Translation is the part of protein synthesis. Now in translation, the various steps has been occur. For example, the transfer of amino acid will occur, translocation will occur, or elongation will occur. Elongation of protein chain will occur, protein formation will occur, new protein formation will occur. New protein is going to be converted into the required form of protein, which occurs in Golgi complex, and after that the formation of the enzymes, hormones, various elements, organs, cells is going to be produced. So these proteins are very essential for formation of any organ, any cell, any part of your body. For cell division, this DNA is very important. Information of the DNA is copied to a RNA molecule in transcriptions. So in transcriptions, the information of this DNA, the specific sequence, is copied into the RNA. That process is called as transcription. And after that, the mRNA, means messenger RNA, will form. They will carry information. RNA directs the protein synthesis in the translation. They are having key role in protein synthesis, this RNA, because RNA is into three parts: mRNA, rRNA, and tRNA. The protein's 3D structure determines its functions. Information transfer only in one direction. DNA. It is a polymer of nucleotide monomers to deoxyribose sugar. There are 4 bases: adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. And there is the pentose sugar as a base part. This is the pentose sugar. 4 bases are there, 2 purines and 2 pyrimides are there. Now in case of 2 purines, adenine and guanine is the 2 purines are there, 2 carbon rings are there. Here you can see the structure of this adenine, and this is the guanine. Some structural differences is there. Here H2N is attached to the carbon atom, whereas this is the CH. Now another base is there, pyrimidine bases. There are thymine and cytosine. A single carbon ring is here. This is the thymine and this is the cytosine. Now here is the difference. Here is the CH3 has been attached. Here only CH. Here NH2 is there. Here C double bond O is there. This is they are the structure of pyrimidines. These are the purines. Always these pyrimides are bound with the purines in the DNA structure. Now DNA chain. The nucleotides are joined with the phosphodiesterase bond. So this phosphodiesterase bond is there, which will form between this thymine, guanine, cytosine, adenine. So between 2 DNA bases, this bond is going to be formed. This bond, especially this bond, it is called phosphodiesterase bond. The sequence of base varies the genetic information. Now this sequence tells the typicality or speciality or individualness of your cell. It carries all the two polynucleotide chains are joined to form a double-stranded DNA structure. This double helix structure is also called as Watson-Crick model. It is twisted in right-handed way, and it contains the sequence where this thymine will bind with the adenine, this guanine will bind with the cytosine, this cytosine will bind with the guanine, T with A, C with G, T with A. So this is the typical sequence, and this sequence is carries the information, and two sibling means brother and sister or two brothers from one father may have the same sequence, almost 85 to 90% sequence is same. That's why by this DNA test we can identify the person's relationship. We can fix or we can clarify the relationship between them. This genetic information carries the information of your hair color, of your body texture, your color of skin, your height, your thinking, your intelligence, your way of walking, your behavior patterns. Even it can carry the information of disease. For example, it is some genetic disorders like color blindness, the disorders like thalassemia, sickle cell anemia, diabetes, high blood pressure, cancers also. So these all are the information are in the carrier form. Genes may carry this information from one generation to the another generation. Sometimes it may be in carrier form, sometimes it may be in the active form as well. It depends on the inheritance. So here it can be twisted and it will carry all the informations. These are the having the ladder structure. It is just like the ladder. Bases are the steps. Various bases are there. They are nothing but the steps. Sugars and phosphates supporting pillars. The sugars and the phosphates are the phosphate bonds are there between two sugars. Here also the phosphate bonds are there between two sugars. They are the pillars. Two nucleotide chains run in opposite directions. Chemical direction is from fifth primer, they will run toward the third primer. So they will run in the opposite directions. Now we will discuss the next point. It is called DNA replication. For DNA replication, we require the enzyme RNA polymerase, which is responsible for the replication of DNA. What is replication of DNA? It is nothing but the Xerox copy from the original DNA strand. We are producing two identical structure. So DNA must be copied or replicated before cell division. So this DNA replication occurs in S phase of cell division, DNA replication. Each new cell will then have two identical copy of the DNA. So one original DNA is able to produce the two daughter cells of DNA. Two daughter identical structures, the identical strand can be formed. So these are the new identical DNA strand. So in this fashion, from one original DNA we can replicate to form the two identical strands of DNA. Complementary pairing. The base pair with other bases. The space between chain is limited. The purines with two carbon rings pair only with the single ring pyrimidines. This A will always join with the T and C join with the C. Now here you can see in actual this is the fifth primer, this is the third primer. So it will go from the fifth primer to the third primer. In this fashion it will run, and this will also run in this fashion. So they will run oppositely, and whenever they will find their base pair, they will attach there. In the replication this process occurs, and in replication this bond will break and they will form a new bond. Complementary pairing is vital for the use of storage and genetic information. The interaction is stabilized by the hydrogen bonds. So whatever interaction is, it can be stabilized with the hydrogen bond. This is the sugar phosphate molecules are there. DNA is made up of two strands of polynucleotides. The polynucleotides contain the several nucleotides. It may be from 10 to 13 or more than nucleotides are connected together to form a polynucleotides. The sister strands of the DNA molecule run in opposite directions, means at antiparallel way. They are joined by the bases. By the bases they will join with each other. Each base is paired with the specific partner. Specific partner need to be found for their base pairs, and only it will bind with the specific partner. It won't bind to any partner. A will always paired with the T, means the adenine always joined with the thymine, whereas the G means guanine will always join or paired with the C, cytosine. Purine with pyrimidine always. No purine will join with the another purine, or no cytosine, no pyrimidine will join with the another pyrimidine. Always the purine will join with the pyrimidine. Thus the sister strands are complementary but not identical. The sister strands are complementary but they are not exact identical. The bases are joined by hydrogen bonds, individually weak but collectively strong. Individually they are weak but they are collectively very strong. The genetic code. The nucleotide sequence is converted to protein sequence. Unit of 3 nucleotide is equal to a codon. A codon codes for a specific amino acids, the structural component of protein. Actually this codon carries 3 nucleotides, and this specific nucleotides is in the form of triplet, and it will bind with the specific anticodon. The anticodon will carry the information in tRNA, and this codon we will find in the mRNA, messenger RNA, which develops after the transcription. For transcription we are getting this mRNA, and it is having the codon, specific codon. There is the start codon and the end codon or stop codon. The codon codes for the specific amino acids. This codon is responsible for production of specific amino acids, the structural components of protein. Now here you can say this is the first codon, this is the CTAC, which is responsible for this second position and this third position. So in this fashion their binding is responsible for production of typical types of amino acids, means from which they are starting, and what is the second position and third position, it is responsible for various types of these amino acids. Various amino acids are produced. The 4 bases can form 64 different codons. 64 different codons in this fashion, and 20 amino acids are found from the nature. So here the 20 amino acids are there: alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartic acid, cysteine, glutamine, glutamic acid, glycine, histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, proline, serine, threonine, tryptophan, tyrosine and valine. Whereas the start protein Start amino acid is methionine, from where the protein synthesis will start. These are the regulatory codons. Now here we need to find the right codon. Now here this is the sequence. Here you can see, in case of the psoriasis associated gene, this is the sequence. 3 different reading frames can be used, but only one is the right one. So this is the right one. These remaining 2 are not right. This is the right sequence. For amino acids like methionine, A, PPP, this can be formed. Chromosomes. Chromosomes are in pairs. Here you can see they are nothing but the condensed form of DNA. The genetic material is condensed in these chromosomes. There are 23 pairs of chromosomes are available. Total 46 chromosomes are there. Its size is 400 nm. Now condensed scaffold. Condensed scaffolds are nothing but these chromosomes are in condensed horizontal position. They are in the spiral, in the coiled shape, so they are called condensed scaffold. Its size is 700 nm. The fibers connected to the chromosome scaffold. The other chromosome scaffold, this one, again here the size is 300 mm. This is the protein. The genetic protein is there, which is connected to the protein, another protein. This is the chromatin fibers. So another, this is the genetic material which is wrapped to the another protein, and it carries the genetic information, and it having size of 30 nm. Now here you can see, from this figure to this figure, they are microscopically they are become smaller and smaller and smaller. Now this is the very small structure which is having size 11 nanometer, and these are the chromatin. The chromatins are there, and this chromatins contains the DNA. This is the genetic material. It is DNA sequence. Means DNA are collectively to form chromatins. Chromatins are combined to join to form chromatin fibers. Chromatin fibers are condensed to form chromosome scaffold. These chromosomes will condense. They will come together, join together to form a condensed scaffold, and this condensed scaffold will form the chromosomal structure. So in this fashion, this information is very helpful for you. You should recall, you should not forget what is chromatin, what is chromatin fibers, and what is chromosome, what is DNA structure. It contains the sequences. These are the chromatins. These are the wrapped over the histones. These are the chromatin fibers has been formed, and these small fibers are again coiled here. They will form the fiber connected to form the chromosome scaffold, finally chromosomes. Now compacting DNA into chromosomes. DNA is tightly coiled around the protein called histone. Now here earlier we have discussed, this is the chromatin. This chromatin are wrapped over this another protein. It is called histone. This is the core 8 histone molecule. This is the 8 core. It is having 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cores are here. So along which this genetic information, this chromatin has been wrapped. So this is called histone. Core of 8 histone molecules. Histone H1. These are the protein over which these chromatins are coiled tightly around. Genes. A DNA sequence that is needed to encode amino acid sequence of a protein. It is composed of exon, introns, different control elements. So here they are the regulatory elements. These are the Franklin regions where GC, CC, ATA, GC, TATA, and this is the start codon, from where the protein synthesis will start. The transcription, initiation and elongation will occur. After that, this is the exon 1. Exon is the part of our mRNA which contains the genetic information which contains the genetic proteins, and intron are nothing but the non-DNA containing part, not genetic containing part. Again exon 2, intron 2 and exon 3. Here AUG is the stop codon, and finally the process of protein synthesis will stop. So exon, again, it is a protein coding sequence, but whereas intron, it intervening sequence, means in intron there is no coding sequence is there. It is no coding sequence. Genes vary a lot in size. In humans it is average 300 bp and largest 2.4 million bp. Genes are separated by the sequence with unknown functions. Only one strand of DNA carries biological information. It's called template strand. They are having the biological information. Potential to the store biological information is enormous. Our genes are storing our all informations regarding our skin, regarding our all the sort of things which is in our body. So thanks a lot for hearing my lecture. See you. Bye.